Hi guys, welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. I hope everyone is doing good. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. I am so close to 50,000 subscribers, so if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button for me. And remember, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Today I am showing you how I made this beautiful centerpiece using a yardstick. It can also be used as a swag or a garland. So lots of options with this simple DIY. And guess what I used? I used 5 of the little Dollar Tree mini Christmas trees and a yardstick to create this beautiful swag or centerpiece. For this DIY, you're going to need 5 of the little Dollar Tree mini Christmas trees. I had out 6, but you will only need 5. You are going to need some red truck Christmas ornaments. Sorry, I did not use that sign right there. It was a little too big. You will also need some ribbon with wire, a yardstick, and you might want to paint it green, and you're going to use some zip ties, and I think that's it to get started. You will also want some shatterproof Christmas ornaments, and I picked mine up at Dollar Tree, and you'll need some floral wire and your hot glue gun and glue sticks. First, you'll want to take your trees out of the box and just twist off the bottom piece, and you won't need the stand either. So open up 5 of the little mini trees, and you can use whatever color you want. I was going to use white Christmas trees, and then I changed to green at the last minute. So if I was redoing it, I would have painted my yardstick green instead of white. And so here I'm just showing you how I'm going to zip tie my little trees onto my yardstick. You are going to need several zip ties for this, and I just picked up my zip ties at Harbor Freight. So I'm starting on the right side. So have your tree where it hangs off of the yardstick about 6 inches, and then just tightly zip tie it to your yardstick. Make sure you get the zip tie nice and tight. And that's about how far down I moved mine down on the yardstick. And then now I'm going to layer another little tree over the first one. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to zip tie it also on. After I have all of my 5 Christmas trees on my yardstick, I will go back and zip tie the tops of the Christmas trees onto the yardstick too. That way they don't move. So I put 2 mini Christmas trees on the right side, and now I am moving down to the left side. Same steps, move down 4 or 5 inches or so on the yardstick and zip tie your first little tree on. And this year I have noticed that Dollar Tree also has the iridescent Christmas trees. Have y'all seen those at your store? And so next I'm taking my second little tree, same steps, zip tying it on, and then I'm just going to put the 5th tree right in the center of the yardstick. This centerpiece is very simple to make, and when you get it finished, it looks expensive, so no one would ever guess that you use Dollar Tree materials for this centerpiece or garland or swag, however you would like to use it. To attach the center Christmas tree, I just kind of moved the branches apart, went to the center of the tree, and then zip tied it to the yardstick. And then, like I said, you're going to want to go back and add zip ties to the top of your little Christmas trees also. And just be very careful when you're fluffing your branches. Make sure you go back and fluff those little Christmas trees because you want your garland to be as fluffy as possible. I would recommend painting your yardstick the same color as your Christmas trees because mine does show a little bit since I painted it white. And here's where I'm going back and just zip tying the tops of the Christmas tree to the yardstick. I usually purchase my yardsticks at Lowe's. That's the cheapest place that we have found. They're around 98 cents at Lowe's. Walmart does have them, but they're a little bit more expensive. Next, I'm going to add ribbon. So take your ribbon, pinch it, scoot down about 5 or 6 inches, take 2 little branches, put your ribbon in between it, and then give the little branches a twist. Then scoot down a little bit. Do not pull your ribbon tight. Go down 5 or 6 inches or so, find 2 more branches and twist your ribbon in. Do these same steps all the way down your swag and do not pull the ribbon tight. Leave it a little bit of a ruffle there, or I don't know what you want to call it, a pleat. This ribbon is 1.5 inch width ribbon with wire, and I picked up all 3 of my ribbons at Sam's Club this year. So next I'm going to do the same steps with the gold ribbon. So just take your gold ribbon or whatever color you would like, and I just untwisted the little branches, stuck that ribbon in, and then gave it a twist right back. But if your branches are long, you don't have to untwist it to stick your second color ribbon in. You could just twist the branches. So whatever works best for you. Same steps, just remember, do not pull the ribbon tight. Leave it a little bit loose all the way down from one end to the other. And so this is how it looks with the 2 colors of ribbon. If you want your garland or swag or centerpiece, however you're going to use it, fuller and thicker, then I would recommend doing deco mesh first, then ribbon on top of the deco mesh. I would just use the 6-inch Dollar Tree deco mesh first and then add the ribbon. Now I'm going to tie a bow next, so I'm cutting 7 strips at 23 inches. To dovetail your ends, take your ribbon, fold it in half. With your edges to the left side, go to the folded side, cut away from the fold, and that makes the pretty V on the ends. So you'll want to do each end. So I cut a total of 7 strips of ribbon at 23 inches. This ribbon is 2.5 inch width ribbon with wire. Take your first strip, and we're going to make a loop, and I'm going to measure about a 6-inch loop. So once you have it measured about 6 inches, then you'll just pinch your ribbon together. Make sure you leave some ribbon below your fingers. That way that when you attach your pipe cleaner, your loops will not pull out when you shape your bow. So fold your ribbon, make a loop about 6 inches, then gather it together, add it on top of your first loop. Now you'll probably want to leave a little bit more below your fingers than I did. I would recommend about 2 inches below your fingers. Same steps, 6-inch loop, make sure you leave some below your fingers and just add it to your first 2 loops. So do the same steps with all 7 loops, and you'll want to have a pipe cleaner close by. It's very important to get your loops the same size. That makes a beautiful bow when you have your loops the same size. So pay attention to your measurements. Next, I'm taking my pipe cleaner, going just above my thumb. Make sure you get your pipe cleaner twisted nice and tight around your ribbon. Next, you're ready to shape your bow. Now, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get the bow shaped like you want. So you just have to play with it. Make sure you're opening up all 7 of your loops. You can kind of stick your hand in it to kind of shape your loops. Normally I usually take some of my tails and put some on the left side, some on the right side. For some reason this time I started out with my loops, but either way it turns out to be a beautiful bow. So just make sure that you're getting your loops opened up and putting your hand in there so that they're nice and shaped really pretty. So just be patient, it does take a while to shape your bow. When you cut your strips of ribbon at 23 inches, you do not have very long tails. So if you want your tails to be longer, you might want to cut yours longer than 23 inches. And so just shape your bow until you get it like you want, and then once you have it shaped, you're going to use your pipe cleaner to attach it to your garland. I am doing a Christmas giveaway on my YouTube channel. On my last video, I talked about the details, so if you haven't watched it, I will link that video so that you can get your information on your giveaway. But I'm doing 3 giveaways, and I will draw 3 winners on November 26, 2020. So if you want to be entered, make sure you watch the video that I'm going to link below for you. And so here's where I'm taking my pipe cleaners on my bow and just taking them and attaching them around the yardstick. If you need to add extensions to your pipe cleaners, do so that you're not pulling your bow too tight down on your yardstick. Remember to always go back and make sure your tails are where you want them and your loops are shaped like you want. And the good thing about using ribbon with wire is your bow holds its shape. And I picked up these 3 little red Trek ornaments at Walmart for $2.98. And now these ornaments came from Dollar Tree. Do not cut your wire in half. It makes it too difficult to work with, so just leave your floral wire long. Thread 3 or 4 ornaments on your wire, then give the wire a few twists, and that way you have a cluster of ornaments and it's easy to add to your yardstick. Sometimes the Dollar Tree shatterproof ornaments pop off of their little hook, and sometimes you have to go back and add a little bit of hot glue so that they don't fall off, but that's okay. They still look pretty. You just have to be patient and work with them. I sometimes go ahead and hot glue the little tops on. That way I don't have to worry about them falling off later on during the season. I had planned to use the big sign, but I decided it was just way too big for this garland, so that's why I decided to use the little red Trek Christmas ornaments from Walmart. And so for the red Trek ornaments, I did hot glue them on, but if you think you might want to reuse them, you can always wire them on just like you're wiring the little shatterproof Dollar Tree ornaments on. So it's up to you, but just be very careful if you use your hot glue. I'm using Gorilla Glue hot glue gun and glue sticks, and I have mine on low temp. And then here I'm just hot gluing some of the extra shatterproof ornaments onto the little garland. So just be very careful when you're using your hot glue. And so you can add as many as you like or as few as you want. And just remember to go back and make sure your branches are shaped like you want. Now, you could add a wire to the back of this and hang it up on your wall as a swag, or you could drill a hole in the end of your yardstick and thread a wire through it to hang it up on your door and use it as a door swag, or you could put it on your mantle and use it as a garland, or you could use it as a centerpiece on a table. So lots of options. I am going to use mine as a centerpiece, so let me know your thoughts. Do you like it hanging up on the wall, or do you like it better as a centerpiece? Or if you make this, are you going to use it as a door swag? Let me know how you would use this yardstick little mini Christmas tree DIY.